Hi, everybody. It's your friend Corey at a Mighty Mushroom or a Mighty Mushroom. Let's see if I can get. I always do all of these silly chats as Bizarro World. Living in Bizarro World. Anyway, um, I've had so many orders in the last 2 days that I can't even load them all at the top of the screen. So I apologize for that. Somebody come in here. That's the link. If you click on it and yada, 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 you can come in. Oh my gosh, we got Lauren in here. Hi, Lauren. I'm just going to go through some of the things that we sold, I guess, just to take a look. Because sometimes I don't even look at these things. I just pack the orders. Looks like this is St. John's Nike. These are new. St. John's University. $20. Some shorts. Pictures aren't that good. But what can you do? Just so you know, our average cost is around $7. Woo, that was a nice one. This didn't sell for $89.99. I gotta figure this thing out. Hold on, the chat's not functioning. Yeah, let's get this smaller. Oh, there we go. It's all crampy now. Ah, damn it. Okay, got it. I don't know what the hell win is. Stop talking to yourself in your car. I've been really, really busy growing this business, so I apologize. Looks like we got a little set of when. Don't look through this stuff if you're not in Portland. If you're in Portland, don't look at this stuff. Sold for $50 for these 3 pieces of When Cream by Chaz Dean. Sure, there's some cool stuff in here. Let's go through. These are all things you can see by looking at my sold listings. I went up to Seattle. Those shoes look like they're on the wrong side to you. This looks weird. These are Gucci's. I don't know what era these are from. I assume they're from the 80s, honestly, based on their condition. I think they're from the 80s. Maybe they're before that. I don't know. Really don't know. But you can see they were quite worn. They're quite real. Wynn got sued because it makes people's hair fall out. You were hurt. Oh, we got Tio Guy in the house. Anyway, so these sold for 110 plus shipping, which is good. Paid significantly less than that. I went to an estate. Somebody come in this freaking thing. Somebody here. I can't do this alone. I can't do this alone. Somebody just come and hang out with me for real. Yeah, but not everything horse bit sells that well, honestly. So I bought 50 dead stock Teflon weird Cabin Creek shirts, 50 for $300. I've sold around 30 for around $22. Yeah, you're busy, right? She's busy. Anyway, so this guy actually bought 2. Maybe I shouldn't put the user. I don't know. Whatever. Nike Olympic stuff from, I believe this was from Brazil. $29.99. Shipped. Very light 1-ounce hat. These are really interesting. Yeah, I don't think guy wears a lot of clothes most of the time. So where were we? Dust bags for shoes. So the shoes came in the dust bag, and I sold the shoes separately from the dust bags, and the dust bag sold for like $20.99. It's 2, not 1, but that's okay. Last summer, not this summer, last summer, I think. I bought, oh gosh, I bought 100 beer taps for, bought 100 beer taps for 300 bucks. This sold for $22.99. Took over a year. That's like good picks. Double Mountain's good beer too. Nice beer tap. 22 bucks. Not too bad. These are flutes. 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 How much are these flutes sold? I sold your mom last night. You don't have to degrade my mother, you asshole. These sold for $34.99. I paid $1 a piece for them, almost certain, because they look like junk. These are cool. These are Tread Air. If you don't know the brand, Tread Air does pretty good. These were pretty cool. These sold in about 45 days. I was too lazy to even take the grass out. Look, the let's look at this pictures. Even the that's the Goodwill stamp. It looks like I paid 15 for those, or probably half price. I don't know. Anyway, they sold for 70 bucks. They went overseas. These are all things from just the last 2 days. You can kind of see, because you can see this was purchased on the 8th, which is today. These are vintage Nike. I really would have liked to get more for them. About a year, probably. Maybe my description wasn't that good. I don't know. These were pretty sick, I thought. They're really small size, though. They sold for 40 bucks, not $59.99. Took an offer on those. And then this was a really awesome, has something to do with like the Navajo colors, I found out. It's from stains on it. It's kind of old. It's not a blanket, but it's more like a fabric remnant that they would make products out of. It didn't sell for $175. It sold for $125 at offer. Just come in. Somebody come in here. I'm gonna. If somebody doesn't just like, just blank screen it. If you know what N7 is, it's like the First Nations kind of things that Nike does to support local native peoples who were here before we were. This is a really cool pair of shoes. It sold really fast. And I believe I always use the average of $7, but these sold for full price relatively quickly. It looks like those sold yesterday. This is ended January 7th. You can see it there. All right, let's see. I'm just inventing content. This definitely came from the Salvation Army. They have good t-shirts at the Salvation Army. I'm always looking for the stuff that's made in Mexico. That's like in the NAFTA region, the Bill Clinton era. Oh, show. Sold for full price, $24.99. Should I kick Valerie out of here right now? Valerie, you're annoying me. Osprey bag. I sold this really cheap, 60 bucks. I think I only paid like 10 bucks for it though. It was kind of a bastard to ship, but it's in really good condition and has the bag in it. I could have gotten more money for it. It's really a pretty bag, and it's probably $150 bag, new. It does kind of look like a face. Osprey is a great brand. If you don't know about Osprey, you should. Oh, it's 10.19. This I got from Nicole. She sold me a big old bag of crap for like 200 bucks. And I definitely sold all three of these Lucky Pie Pactimo. Pactimo is the brand. They make jerseys. You'll see them all over the board. But if you take really good pictures and they have awesome subject matter, like what sold these is like the pizza with the pie It's got the skull with the little pie thing going on. I think the skull sold it. I don't know where the hell Lucky Pie is. Probably here in Portland. No idea. I don't care. Sold for 15 bucks. It looks like 0 are available, so it looks like we sold 2 for 15 bucks, which is good. Capto. These sold for 48. These are Capto Cole Haans. Really nicely made shoes. If you can find nicely made shoes that are made in Italy or the United States, I generally would go back and touch these up, but I was probably too lazy and I didn't. You can see I didn't even wax those. Did not polish them. These still sold for almost 50 bucks shipped. Those go in a legal flat rate envelope, so they're pretty cheap to ship. 7 bucks. As you know, I sell a lot of Pendleton. This was a 56 by 56 inch remnant. It has this weird digital camo. This stuff is rare, and if you're willing to wait, you can sell it for a lot more than this, but I like money today. So I let people get good deals, so they leave me good feedback. I ship fast. I add value when I can. And this was one of those situations. I think that person got a really good deal. I got it for substantially less than that, obviously. But that was a good sale. I like that. All right. Buy these. If you find like these goofy vintage shirts in this old raggedy cellophane, buy it if it's just a couple of bucks, because it sells really good and really fast. I can't really explain it, but it does. This one sold for 30 bucks, and that's pretty good. Let's see what we got here. Pendleton, more Pendleton. We got 65 bucks for a lot of 4 pieces, which is pretty cheap because it's probably like almost 3 yards of fabric, and yeah. So they got that for a really good deal because that should be like 150 bucks in their store, but it's kind of a poop green color.
Poop.
Oh, poop! Hi, Kayla.
Hi.
I like that. I like how you roll in on the Ouija board.
Wahaha.
I usually get these for about 3 bucks. They usually sell for about 30 bucks, but the pain is the shipping on these boards. I bubble wrap them and then put them in a couple of bags. It was in 1972. That's below market, I think.
No,
Kayla, what's up?
Don't do that well.
No,
not as well, at least, as like the 60s and older.
Yeah, those can do really, really well. Excuse me. What's up, Kayla? What are you doing?
I don't know. I just did a bunch of inventory, and now I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, say it with me. Fuck YouTube.
Oh, fuck YouTube. Ugh. I'm only here because you were desperate.
I just had to keep going because I'm drinking beer now, and I feel nostalgic.
I was very surprised to see you live with Chris.
Yeah, he was like an hour ago. He's like, "Hey, you want to go live on YouTube with me?" And I was like, "Okay, sure, why not? Fucking, I'll stay at the office. Might just sleep at the office." Anyway, yeah. So these are dry fits. I got 100 of these for $1 a piece, total, like in a bunch of different sizes. So these were 3XLs, 14 bucks. No, it's not great. More Nike stuff, new, 20 bucks. These are all from, ooh, I think Nicole brought this to me, and it just sat in a box forever. And then I was like, I don't want to look at it. So I noticed the market was like around $100, so I put it at 60, and it sold in 5 minutes.
Yeah, because
Hmm?
it's Bogner.
I know, but I just didn't want to see it anymore. It's in really good condition too. It's a cool color. It's got these crazy little strappies on it, like these little weird connectors, and yeah, it's a cool piece. Faux show. I was glad to get $60 for it. This is something you should never buy. Never buy this brand. Just burn it, use it for rags. If you get it for free, wipe your floor with it. I have no idea why I have this in my inventory, but it sold for $10 after an entire year.
Ugh.
Ugh. What's next? Nike compression shit. I guess football season is somewhere or something. I don't know. Like it has hexagon boobies, hexa boobs, right?
Same.
Same. So like I have three of them. One sold for $34.99, which isn't bad. But I really wish this was on a black background because it just would look better.
Yeah, it would.
This is a great surprise. Like it's just I just bought a big pile of junk at the bins one day, I think, and it's just like in there, and it sold for $40.
Wow.
It's got that Quart State. I don't know what that means.
No, me either.
More Nike stuff. Nike is just on fire, right?
If you say
30
so.
bucks. Clemson just like won a big old game or whatever, and this is Clemson. It's got the paw. I always wear this hat that has a hawk on the front. I'm not wearing it right now, but it's got like a eagle looking thing or a hawk on the front. And I picked it out of the inventory because it was cool because I like the hawk. But then people are like, everybody's always like, "Are you a Hawkeye? Are you from Iowa?" It's like, dude, I don't know if there are brown people in Iowa. I think everyone's Nordic.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
$30. I love hats for $30. They weigh an ounce. Gosh, this is so random. Look, tennis racket. If they're under $5, I buy good tennis rackets. But this one went for 25. And the cool thing is you wrap these up in bubble wrap and just tape the crap out of them, and they ship first class. The thing only weighs 12 ounces, so it only took about $3 to ship it.
I'd
Got
be afraid.
$4. What's up?
I would be afraid it would break.
Well, that's the difference between me and you.
Among so
I guess I don't care. Well, yeah. I generally don't care. No, I've shipped like hundreds of them like that. Literally hundreds of them. And I've never had one break. I did have one that got like it went through one of those machines and got like skidded or whatever on one side, and it like scraped it, and the person was kind of like pissed or whatever. But that only happened once. Underwater case for the SD 550, the Yiggy Yaggy, and the Woogie Woogie, and that sold for $24.99. I usually pick this stuff up from the bins, these weird little pieces, because if it comes out of the electronics, it's like 69 cents a pound, you know? Cost me another $2 to list it. And if it's cool, it usually sells. Pennants. I bought, I think, 25 of these pennants from a Connect on Instagram for $100. I've already sold 4. I haven't recouped the initial investment yet, but I still have 20 left. Pretty cool. They're like NFL from the 60s. I'm not watching the chat. No one's saying anything. That's good. What else? I feel like this is boring. I don't want to do this anymore.
it's not boring.
Oh God. Okay, Doc Marten sandals. Like you'll find these everywhere if they're under like $6, under $7. They sell for around 27 to 35 bucks, and get them in good condition. And they sell pretty quick all year round. They're pretty hefty. They kind of went out of style, and you couldn't give them away, but it seems like people want them again for some reason. So I don't know why, because they're hideous.
How did you ship?
But these are in a legal flat rate envelope.
Wow.
85% of my shoes, I would say, ship in legal flat rate envelopes. Why?
I just read the shit out. I know, once again.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Because
Why
I
wouldn't you
feel
even
like,
try?
especially with women's shoes,
I ship women's shoes the same way.
I
I've
don't.
never had anybody complain ever. And I've shipped, oh gosh, it's got to be 600 or 700 pairs in those.
I do it with like sneakers or ballet flats, like stuff like that. But Doc Martens, I would do it with. Yes, I just didn't think those would fit. I thought they'd be too large of a size.
See, a 12 and under will fit.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, if they're boots, obviously not, but these sandals, they'll definitely fit. Let's see what's that. Okay, these came in a lot from Nicole.
That's a good brand.
And normally I would polish them up because I like doing that, but I've just been so busy lately. I didn't even touch them up. And they still sold, which for 35, which I think is market. Even for like a souped up pair a little bit. So that was a good sale. These are I'd never heard of the brand. I thought it was garbage. I was about to throw them away.
No, they're pretty good. I can use them for like $60, $70 if they're boots. It's a pretty good brand.
Yeah, I mean, from what I saw, like 35 to 45 was kind of the market for this shoe. But they sold fast. They really did. They sold fast, and I'm pretty happy about it. I have no idea. I think this was a shirt that I had, and I went into the hot tub and I left it in the office somehow, and Jeremy listed it, and it sold for $8.70. Came from the bins for sure. These are Nike. These are made in the U.S., I think. Look at that. Made in the USA. They're women's sportswear doesn't sell for me as well as men's sportswear, but they still sell for like 35 bucks. And my average cost, so definitely happy about that. These look terrible. Everything about that listing is terrible, so I'm just getting rid of it. I love this listing. I have no clue where this came from. There's no way I bought this. I just have no idea where this came from, and I don't even know how it got for sale for $19.99, but that's what it sold for. It's like a kitty watch.
Was that Lenny?
No, no, because she can't tell. She can't read yet.
I love that you just magically manifested a cat watch and then it sold.
Yeah, for 20 bucks.
That's great.
Costs like $1 to ship. I picked up Carhartt is like a really super brand right now. I didn't know that. I went to the state sale to buy a bunch of Nike shoes, and the guy had like 50. These are used. He had like 50 shirts. I bought them for $1 a piece. 1 plus 2. I'm not making a ton of money on these shirts, but 13 bucks. Probably making $4 or $5 a shirt after everything. But they're selling like a lot of them. So that's pretty cool. These are bin shoes, almost certainly. I think they're for like discus or shot put or something like that, And they sell for $23.80 shipped, but the reason that is because they were under a pound. They're very lightweight, so these ship first class in just a bag. More Doc Martens. These went in a legal envelope. They only sold for 35 bucks. They look new.
Yeah, they do.
Probably not. I toe the line on some stuff, but shoes is not one of them. So these sold for 35, and I'm almost certain these came from the bins as well. So they were purchased for weight. So only a couple of bucks into those really, but another blanket. Check this one. This is Portland, the Woolen Mill store. So this is Pendleton. So Pendleton had a Woolen Mill store in Portland, and they made like weird stuff to go into the store. It doesn't say Pendleton on it because this is like their low brand. But the Woolen Mill store still exists, and so it was an interest. I mean, it sold for $90, but it took a long time to sell. It's really weird. Viad Pendleton. I love vintage snapbacks. It's just something I like. I don't wear them because I won't wear a hat somebody else wore. Because I don't want my bugs interacting with their bugs. There could be a bug battle. I like peace. But that sold for $15 and definitely came from the bin. So you can imagine it weighs about 2 ounces. So very little into that one. Oh, churches. These are some churches. They look like they're shell cordovan leather. If you don't know what shell cordovan leather, you should look it up. A lot of times when you don't see like it's hard to fold cordovan, I guess. So when you see like edges that have these weird stitching patterns, it could be shell cordovan. It has this very smooth look to it. You see how it's sewed like that, like cut and sewed.
Hmm.
I think those are shell. I'm not really sure. Those sold for $44. They don't obviously came from the bins. Another Nike. This is like exclusive team issue stuff. It's worth a shitload more than this, most likely. Super rare, but I don't care because I have a lot of it. So buy it. If I make money on it, I don't care. Oh God, I thought these were like this was another pair that I was just gonna throw away. This came in with one of Nicole's lots of crap, and I just thought these were hideous. So I only listed them for $18, and they sold really fast.
What brand?
Cole,
Um,
terrible shoes. Should be ashamed to wear those. Portland, Pendleton. This is Pendleton. This is a serape. If you don't know what a serape is, it's not even in the title, which it should be. I was fighting with somebody on Poshmark. They were like, "Oh, the blanket has tassels on the side of it, so it was custom made, and yada yada yada." I have no idea what I'm talking about because I've never sold any Pendleton, but I'm just making assumptions. She was like, "This is a dance blanket." It's like, no, Pendleton actually still makes fringe blankets all the time. You can buy them on their website right now. Um, but this isn't particularly old. It's probably from the 2000s, but it's cool. And sold for $100. Crappy Game Boy thing that doesn't work.
it doesn't
Uh,
work.
I don't know if it works. I didn't even test it. It probably works. I have no idea. I sold it as parts. Oh shit! I didn't sell it as parts. It says untested there, but now somebody's gonna return it.
Yep.
It should have been sold for parts. Anyway, oh, cycling crap. I think this is cycling crap. I don't know. Like, what is this? Boy
Yeah, it
Scouts
looks
rubber
like it.
band. Looks cycling-y. Little rash guard. $24. Not bad. Promise I didn't pay very much for that because it looks dumb. Oh my gosh. Buy these, Kayla, if you find them. Nike Golf. If it looks unwashed, because obviously this is unwashed. 22, $23 all day long.
Yeah, but see, I can't buy most things at my thrift for less than like $7, $8, $9.
Mm.
So that doesn't excite me.
They sell really fast, and they're so you just put them in a tiny bag. They're 8 ounces. They're such easy sales. Here's another Carhartt from that lot, little pocket Carhartt, $13. I know, like that's not my deal. Like my deal isn't $13, but if I get like 50 shirts for $1 a piece and they're easy to list,
Definitely. That's a great story. If someone was like, here, do you want to buy 50 of them? I'm all for it.
look at this snakeskin Stacey Adams.
With the little Kelty fringe.
Yeah, these uh five. I paid $5 for two identical pairs. You can see there's another one. So I paid $2.50 for these. They sold for 23 bucks. I probably make 10 bucks or whatever. I don't know. But same thing, legal envelope. Ukraine! More Nike Olympic team hats. They made like these sample hats, and I got them before they went somewhere else. Not a particularly cool hat, but still, like, people like the spell out, right? You know?
Mm-hmm.
What did Valerie say that was retracted?
Probably something super offensive.
Something dumb.
No, I don't know.
Boots. Dude, this is a shitty sale because it cost a lot of money to ship these because they went to Erling there. What?
With free shipping?
It was an accident.
Ouch.
Yeah, I mean it's not. I just didn't make money. You know,
Yeah.
these came from the bins. These came from the bins, so they didn't cost very much. They were part of a large lot. I mean, I got $2 or $3 into these things, but it cost $15 to ship. So, yeesh. Oh, dude, look at this. I had this in inventory forever, and for some reason, when I posted it for like 250 bucks. I have no idea why. I couldn't even decide why I even did that. So I changed the price to $129.99 after I relisted it, and it sold within 24 hours.
I love that.
Definitely came from the bins. Oh, same one. Little radios. This probably came from the bins too. Little radio, 25 bucks. Let's see. Yeah, and that's it. How have your sales been?
They're finally starting to pick up, and I think that's because I'm finally back to like a normal schedule.
You look tired as shit.
Thanks.
I mean, you sound tired as shit. I'm not.
No, I think I'm actually getting sick.
Oh,
I can feel
I
it.
had like the flu in Argentina. I had the man flu in Argentina.
But yeah, sales are better. December was not a great month, but it wasn't awful. It was just, it was fine. I was making my daily numbers every day, but I wasn't doing but this now it's, the first week is over and it feels like January is probably going to be a pretty solid month. So no complaints. It's funny, like you put in the work and you make sales, like that's it.
I have an entire room of product that I mean I haven't even been back a week and I'm just like there's so many opportunities right now. I was like I walked into this Goodwill that I go into and I like almost 10 bottles of perfume, six no, not six. 350 to 400 for 55 bucks, and it's like, you just add to your inventory.
Yep.
And like when I was in Argentina, I didn't buy anything for 15 days, and my sales didn't. It's so weird. It's so hard to figure out how things work on eBay because like it's like I add inventory, things don't really change that much sometimes, but like I was gone for that long and like I was still maintaining like 600 bucks a day, over $600 a day on average.
Mm-hmm.
But my inventory is huge, right?
Your inventory has blown up. I was looking at your store the other day.
Oh
About
yeah.
3,000 items?
4.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's been sorry about my camera here. I was on my phone before, but I was screen sharing too. The other thing
It looks like you rubbed Vaseline on your camera lens.
I don't know what the hell's wrong with it. No, this machine has a terrible camera, but anyway, yeah, so I'm just trying to maintain like get those connections. Hopefully I'll get another Nike haul here pretty soon. Pendleton's been great. I mean, buying 100 pounds of Pendleton is
Yeah.
just awesome. The Pendleton Friends and Family sale this year was just I just feel like I have the biggest regrets that I didn't like figure out how to have 20 or $30,000 to spend, um, because it was just like it's free money. It is. It's just like the factory second blankets for like $60. I mean, that's just crazy. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm almost out of them. I'm like I just have a couple left. I've just sold Pendleton's just been on fire, but I mean it's what you focus on, right? So like when I was focusing on Amazon and sending in electronics and barcoded items to Amazon, I was doing really well doing that. I was selling more probably than I'm selling now, but with the return rates and all of the nonsense, it's I don't know. I to doing more Amazon, so I don't know. I'm really unsatisfied with the amount of headway eBay is willing to make in the market. They're really disappointing. They're really a disappointing company in so many different ways.
If
They
they keep
really,
finding disappoint us.
hmm?
They keep finding ways to disappoint us.
I mean, ridiculous things like it's like, oh, I didn't finish my drafts in 7 days, so now the pictures are gone, but no one told me. Like,
It's always something new.
I've hired many people, Lauren. My main guy is in India right now, but I have 2 other people who are listing for me now, and I actually have a fourth person coming in as a contractor, um, because I believe that I'm getting another 1,000 Nike items here pretty shortly. So that's going to be a huge influx of product. I try not to force it though. It's like if you want to do better, you have to grow your inventory. In order to grow your inventory, you have to outlay capital. If you're unwilling to wait for the money to come back on certain things, you got to make better decisions. You know, but you just never know. I mean, there's a lot of variability, but when you have cash flow, you can like ride that cash flow to build your business. What do you I mean, in the last year, like I I almost feel like we should have like a start of the year review, because I feel like this is like the craziest year for you, because in the beginning of this year um, was kind of like when you were organizing everything that's been rolling for you, and your numbers are really really impressive.
My numbers, God damn. My numbers last year were really, really good. And this
You
year is,
murdered it.
yeah. I kind of surprised myself once I calculated everything.
You didn't. I mean, you definitely impressed me for sure, and
I
it's
surprised myself for sure. But this
hard
year,
to.
like, everyone's talking about, oh, I'm going to do all these new different things. And I'm like, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Like, that's it.
I don't really need to change too much about what I'm doing. What I'm doing is really quite profitable, and
Yeah,
to be able to take 2 weeks off and not experience a decline in sales, that's just. I mean, that's
that's
what
amazing.
I'm. Yeah.
Yeah, Lauren said New Year, same me. Yes, exactly. Same old bitch. Sorry.
Yeah. Maybe Lauren's talking about like maybe the last time I did a show is like when I fired everybody.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So I've had help the entire time. They just weren't employees, and those people have transitioned to just be more important and more linked to what we're doing. And yeah. So I mean,
I'm
YouTube is
excited to
really.
make some new trips this year, I think, and do
Oh
like
yeah.
some more out of town sourcing.
Yeah. Interesting.
I'm
I
not
don't.
exactly sure where I'm going to go. I put out a poll on Instagram to see what people suggested. It seems like a couple Texas locations got a lot of attention. Like
Texas. Who
Texas.
the fuck wants to go to Texas?
I mean, I don't know. And then um I mean, like Ontario is really big on my list. Uh and then I really want to go to Vancouver, but that's an easy trip because that's just like 4 hours north of me.
Can I ask you a silly question?
Hmm.
That apron in the back, is that from like Breaking Bad, Los Pochos Locos or whatever? It's
Yes.
been there forever, and I always just associate it with Breaking Bad. Whenever I see it, I think of
It's a
old.
Breaking Bad apron that Mike got in some like mystery crate or something like that.
Oh, interesting. Nathan Eddings.
Yeah, I
Oh
heard
yeah,
Nashville is also a good spot, actually.
I just there's just so much going on here, and like I'm not even doing what I should be doing to figure out how to make sourcing better. Like instead of I got this place so I could get people off the street to come in and sell, but instead I've been doing like retail arbitrage instead. It's because I'm so hermity, you know. I don't want to. I don't. I just don't want to like talk to people when I don't want to. But the gate's locked, so
I've been doing a lot of online arbitrage also for
I
thread.
have been murdering the Pendleton Arb. Oh my
So much
gosh.
fun. I swear, I get such a rush when I'm on like Poshmark sourcing for ThreadUp or eBay sourcing for ThreadUp, and I'm like, I can sell this on ThreadUp for $150, and you're selling it on Poshmark for 5.
Yes. I I haven't sold anything on Poshmark in months.
But it's a good place to buy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I harass people on there a little bit.
I noticed. I think that that was not appropriate.
What? Why?
I'm just saying.
She lied to me. And it's like, don't lie to me. I'm
You
not an
started it.
idiot. No, I didn't.
Oh, it looks like you did.
No, I definitely didn't start it. I asked some questions and she just made some shit up. And I was actually trying to be nice uh, because it's
It
like,
seemed like you were instigating.
no, I don't have time to instigate. I really have no desire to instigate.
You are an instigator.
What?
You're an instigator for sure.
No, I usually like see things that are dumb and like I talk in private circles about that. I usually don't like internet it, you know? I usually don't like I'm not a Twitter person. I feel like Twitter is like this blender for nonsense and people like get this like
Twitter's
intel.
disgusting.
Huh?
Twitter is disgusting.
Yeah, but I feel like those barfy mindsets are they originate in like the Twitter sphere, like the Twitter challenge sphere. Like this guy on Instagram was like, Pendleton's garbage. It's like it has bad stitching and it's dumb. LL Bean's way better." And I'm like, "Okay, dude."
Well, everyone has a shitty opinion.
I can tell you this, like Pendleton is in high fashion, and I'm very fortunate to find it in the quantities that I do. And some places know, and some places don't. And you know, this year I'm trying to figure out what's a good balance. I'm lazy, and I don't like working. So I'm always trying to figure out ways to do things easier, more efficiently, so I have to work less. I would rather spend time with my child than doing other things when I could be doing that.
I agree.
So, um, yeah, I'm trying to figure out more efficient systems all the time, and mostly that's from my own lack of desire to do those things. I feel like I really need to write a manual on like how this business works because I think it's powerful. And if
No
you're
one,
willing, what's up?
no one would read it. Well, no, that's not true. And that's not a reflection of you. People would read it, but they wouldn't follow the instructions. Because you see how people are now when they're given all of the tools to be successful at this and choose to follow none of them.
Yeah, I saw this thing where, okay, so I opened a random YouTube video from like these reseller soup thing or something, and they were just bragging about how they didn't do what they were supposed to do. That was like the first 10 minutes. And it's like, I'm highly dedicated to my process. My I should be listing things right now because nobody's doing that, but it's not part of my normal process, and I really don't want to go back to doing it. So today I basically did everything else besides that, and I don't really feel that bad about it because it's really not my job to do it, and I don't want to make it my job again. And the guy who's doing it is doing a great job. And me building the stock while he's gone means that like when he gets back, he gets to make up the time that he was gone. And I'm still like every day. So I left like a list of his listings, and I'm just like, I don't think that listing every day contributes to the attributes of search science that people think it does. You see, like I started to read about it, and all the speculation from that comes from outside of eBay, consultants and these and that and nonsense. I can tell you that I didn't list anything for 15 days.
But wasn't Jeremy listening for you?
Yeah, but I wasn't really completing the listings. I wasn't doing it every day for sure. I did it twice. And still,
I mean, and maybe this is confirmation bias. There's no way to say. I have found if I don't list for a few days, I do see a dip in my sales. And then when I start to list again, it goes back up. But I have no
yeah,
correlation.
but you're adding new inventory, so that's what's going to happen.
I have no proof that that is the reason. It just seems
Ignore eBay for 2 weeks and just focus on other platforms and see what happens.
but I don't want to do that.
I know because eBay is really profitable. Like people want
Exactly.
to talk shit about eBay, like eBay sucks. Cancel eBay. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they suck.
It's like you
I
don't know how
love
eBay works.
I loved seeing all the people who were like, in 2019, I'm going to stop selling on eBay. I'm like, good for you.
Awesome. Go leave.
Goodbye.
Peace.
See you later.
Chaos. Peace.
Don't let the
Out.
door hit you.
Yeah, like yeah, you probably weren't doing a good job anyway.
No,
You're
it's
probably
eBay's
a
fault.
Ponzi.
It's eBay's fault.
Yeah, everything's somebody else's fault. That's this past year. I've, dude, I used to be like that. It's hard for me to bemoan that shit too much because I used to blame everything on everyone else. I really did. It was subconscious, and it came from like how I was raised and how the people around me were, and they blamed everything on everybody else. And I just kind of, it was a learned behavior, but it's not my mindset, and I didn't originate with that mindset, and it was kind of just like I kind of allowed it to permeate my existence a little bit, and I'm really glad that I don't do that anymore because it's just not good for you.
See, I always blame myself. I am the first one to be like,
I'm just like
I bet it was me.
I just I know, but like, do you even need to blame? So like there are
Yeah.
circumstances that you cannot avoid, right, in life. And there's something that you can't avoid, and there's a certain like you have to come to grips with your capacity in some regard, you know?
Yeah, that's true. But
I'm
I'd
good
feel
at
better
building
if I
system
could blame myself.
well, I'm good at building systems that make it so that I don't have to do the work that I don't want to do. Which means that when it comes to doing the work that I don't want to do and I know that it's going to get done and I can afford for somebody and provide the economic service of doing that, I just don't want to do it. And sometimes I just like I'm stubborn. I don't know. I think I'm going to go to sleep though.
At the office?
Probably.
Really?
Like I just don't see any purpose in going home right now.
Aren't you only like 20 minutes away?
Yeah, something like that. But I'm a cot here. What am I like wake? I'm gonna go home to go to sleep, and then I have a
Yeah,
shower. I have a
sleep
shower here.
in a bed? Like, don't you want to sleep in a bed? I don't know.
I'm camping here tonight, son.
Then you
I've
get to
never slept here.
crack of
What?
dawn, get right back
Uh,
to it.
yeah, get up at the crack of dawn, go get some breakfast. The old New Seasons.
No, that's creepy. I can't sleep there. That's weird.
Why?
I don't
I just
know.
don't want to. I just don't want to drive right now. I just want to go to sleep.
Be safe. Lock your doors. Turn the lights off.
No,
Making me nervous.
I'm going home.
Okay, good.
Going home and going to sleep. Anyway, bye everybody. Don't expect me to ever come back on YouTube again.
Never.
Never. I'm ending this
Bye.